Nakapunta ka dito. Kung wala listing federation, wala ka sa sino?
Skip ang part niya.
Yes. Ako mag-discuss ng part niya. No. Individual grading. Again, your grading will be individual, added with an average. Your final grade is your average of all individual grades. Pack 1, pack 2. So do your best every 1 week. Walang individual dito. Okay din mo pala kailan. Yes, that will be part. So please take notes. I may call someone. Hindi naman kailangan, kung mag-introduce kayo, pwede naman naman dito kay lahat, pero hindi nyo kailangan tumalog talaga lahat kayo. So, dito na lahat. Dito na si Tan, si Kagape, si Rogang, Sagario, Isnang, and Alas. Sino yung muna? Ay, yung muna. Ha? You are allowed to have only one full index card. If wala, wala. Kung gusto ko mag-introduce, okay lang. Dito mo yung harap. Kung isa-isa talaga, kayo maharap pa naman. Sige. So,
good morning, everyone. And I am Isna Hamida. I will be the first leading reporter in our group. Now, today, we will be discussing the Article 4, Section 1, known as citizenship. Now, what fights for an entire nation? What fights for justice? And what tells the story of a country's hopes and dreams? That's right, it's the Philippine Constitution. Before telling and defining what is Section 4, Article 1, let's first understand some few fun facts about Philippine Constitution. Philippine Constitution was born around on midnight on February 2, 1987. This document was formally ratified, and majority of Constitution was written by a selected few, which means that this Constitution was a truly document. Now, the Constitution represents the voices of Filipinos who stood up for democracy, and that this document represents the promise of Filipinos made to themselves, a commitment to democracy, freedom, and the belief that every citizen matters. Now, let's define what is Article 4, Section 1. Article 4, Section 1, defining those who are considered to be citizens of the Philippines. Those who are citizens at the time of Constitution's adoption, those of born Filipino parents, those of born Filipino mothers who elect upon Philippine citizenship upon reaching the majority, and those who are considered to be naturalized. Those who are naturalized are considered to be citizens of the Philippines. There are also general ways one can acquire Philippine citizenship. Now, before that, let's understand what is the definitive terms of citizen and citizenship. What is the difference between them? Citizenship is a term for membership, denoting that membership is part of a political society, which means that that person has a reciprocal duty of allegiance on the part of a member and a duty of protection on a part of a state. Now, what do we mean by citizen? Citizen is a person, an individual having the citizenship. He or she is granted civil and political privileges, and that he or she is granted protection outside let's first understand what we mean by this. When I pay my taxes, when I vote for yearly national election, I am fulfilling my active citizenship, which means that I am committed of supporting one another, living together, and heading towards the common good. We should understand that the citizenship isn't static. It evolves with society. Now, before that, let's first understand what is the difference between the citizenship and nationality. In the point of view of international law, the citizen and the citizenship doesn't have the exact meaning as to national and nationality. What do we mean by national? National are those who owe allegiance to a state, whether democratic or not, without thereby becoming citizens. Now, in that case, that has pure connection with United States granting Philippine independence on July 4th, 1946, which means that at that time, we were considered to be American nationals. Therefore, we can say that it's not only citizens who are enjoying the civil and political privileges. Those who are owed allegiance to it are not regarded as aliens too. But we should understand that all citizens are a nationals of a state, but not all nationals are a citizens of a state. Now, in contrast to that, let's first understand the meaning between the difference of a citizen and an alien. A citizen is a person, an individual who enjoys civil and political privileges, but in a monarchical state, he is often called the subject. In an alien term, what do we mean by alien? In a popular term, they are called foreigners because they are a citizen of another country, residing, passing through the country, but they are not given pure political and civil privileges. What do we mean by those? Which means that they are not allowed to hold public office and elect yearly national elections, local national. And another is that but we should understand that not just because they are not given civil and political privileges, they are still given entitled to protection as to persons and as to their property. Now, let's understand. Now, citizenship is not just a status, but a continuous dialogue of our connection to our states. Now, let's understand what are the general ways one can acquire Philippine citizenship. There are two types, the voluntary and the involuntary method. The involuntary method is us, all of us, which means by biological relationships, by birth, because our parents were Filipinos, we were born in the Philippines, and that we are connected with blood relationship. Now, what do we mean by voluntary method? Those who are earned citizenship through naturalization, except in the cases of collective naturalization in inhabitants of that territory when it is ceded by a state or another to another as a result of conquest and treaty. There is a good example of naturalization. I have read an article about what happened to Alexander Sergeyevich Korovin. Alexander Sergeyevich Korovin is a Russian athlete who was naturalized by the House of Representatives Bill 10048. She had with her Filipino partner Isabela Gomez. He is a Russian athlete who wanted to represent the Philippines to be able to inspire the future generations of Filipinos figure skating. Now, in that case, the House Representative Bill approved of him entering and becoming Filipino. And he is, in fact, proud of his Philippine citizenship. Now, each citizenship journey is unique, reflecting the level of personal identity of belonging to a nation. Now, in that case, as we understand what is the difference of citizenship, what is a national and what is a nationality, what is the difference of citizen and alien. Now let's go towards another reporter. I have finished that recording. Thank you very much. Okay, so good morning everyone. I'm Catherine Cagaban. Today I will continue our report. So citizens by birth. So there are actually two principles of this. This is the Jus Sanguinis and Jus Soli or Jus Lucy. So when we say Jus Sanguinis, it is you acquired your citizenship because of the bloodline of your parents. For example, your parents is both Filipino, natural Filipino, and then pinanganak dito sa Pilipinas. So you are now a Filipino citizen. It's because both of the bloodline of your parents are Filipino. So when we say naman Jus Soli or Jus Lucy, irrespective of the bloodline, pinanganak ka sa state na nagasunod ang principle na ito, basihan is the birthplace. For example, both of your parents are Filipino. Pumunta sila sa America, and doon ka pinanganak, kahit na both of them are Filipinos, since you are born in a state na, sir, matakakin!
Relax lang. Hindi namin maintindihan.
Doon ako sa So, you are now a US citizen kasi nag-follow ka sa Jus Soli or Jus Lucy principles. So, citizens at the time of the adoption of the Constitution. So, those Filipino or citizens or individuals that were Filipino citizens upon the adoption of the Constitution ay considered sila as Filipino citizens. And also, those Filipino people na, example, si Maria, pinanganak siya during the 1970 Constitution, citizen siya under 1970 Constitution. Tapos hindi na niya sa kanyang citizenship. So upon the adoption of the new Constitution, Filipino siya as long as hindi na niya sa kanyang citizenship. So, however, it is not the intention of this Constitution now to recognize and to legalize those people na na-obtain nila kanilang citizenship through fraudulent means. So, for example, na-form mo ang birth certificate mo or documents mo or your citizenship as fraudulent means, i-forge mo siya, fake yung documents mo. For example, si Zoe, kiniklaim niya na Filipino ako, pero forged documents yung meron siya. So, hindi siya na-recognize dito. And also, the case of Alice Go, diba? She is a Chinese. So, forged yung citizenship niya, yung documents na. So, masasabi natin that she is not a Filipino. So, Filipino citizens under 1970 Constitution, wala nila ang kanyang citizenship for the upon the adoption of this Constitution, hindi na sila makonsider as Filipino citizens. So, citizens like the relationship. For example, your father and your mother is both Filipino. Yun ang sinabi ko kanina. Since we are following the